All right, we're going live. Hello, everybody. I'm going to hang out for a sec to make sure the audio is working here. Thank you. Welcome. Is this working? Seems like it's working. Okay, welcome. And if you're here and you can hear me, let me know that things are working, sounding good over there. It seems a little buggy in the back end here right now. Like I can't tell if people are watching. Hey, Jim, sunny day. All right, seems like things are working. Awesome. Today, we're going to do a bunch of stuff today. This is not a sponsor, but I like to joke that it is. Look at this ridiculous, huge iced coffee from Panera. Panera Coffee Club is hooking me up recently. So today we're going to give away a wallet. Actually, let me flip that camera over. See the wallet? Yeah. We're going to give away that wallet. And I'm going to need your help to choose the winner. And then we're going to look at some of the stuff that we're shipping out today. And there's a bunch of custom Johnny the Foxes. Some of the stuff I haven't seen before that we'll take a look at. And a really cool, I see a Western piece over there that's really nice. Hopefully that's your wallet, Zad. Cool. I'm glad everything's sounding good. Thanks so much for being here, guys. You ready to do this? So here's the thought process. I think I'm going to have the chat here, separate window, so I can read your chat. So I think the best way to do this is to make it completely random. So in the chat, if you want to participate in the giveaway, like helping me pick, I'm going to need some people, probably up to 10 people, to help me pick a random number. If you want to participate, for the next minute or so, I'll let you type in a number between 1 and 303. So if you can help me, and I'll write it in the chat, write a number between 1 and 303. That's how many people have entered. Let me flip that screen over too so you can see it. And while you guys write in your numbers, I'll try to explain what's going on here. So last night I went through a list of people here and wrote down everybody's names. It was fun to read all the comments. So I wrote down everybody's name here and I removed the duplicates. You can see my fancy tab at the bottom here. And then I sorted them here in order. So, Doug West had a couple comments. And there was somebody else. There were actually 2 Steve K's, which is interesting. If Steve K is here checking this out, one of the 2 Steve K, there's 2 Steve K's. So I had to make sure to separate you guys out. Steve K. So one Steve K said fantastic wallet, and then a different person had a different icon that had this comment. And the other thing is the comments that you guys left made me laugh a lot. Like some of them are really funny. Check out this. Nicholas Baldwin is a madman. Nicholas Baldwin said, my favorite red leather right now is Dublin. It looks like the ancient father leather from which all leather is descended. Is it a day old? A million years? No one can tell. While Horween pretends that Dublin is a relatively new leather, this is in fact a cover. Dublin is actually the ancient leather of Celtic druids found by Nick Horween in a gnarled oak tree inside of Innisbofen. This is nuts. They say that on still nights you may catch a glimpse of Dublin boots chanting in the woods, summoning the spirits of ancient beings of the past and future. I cannot confirm or deny this, but on nights when my eyes are weary, I'm about to settle into deep sleep, I hear the Gaelic chant from my closet. Oh my God, this is crazy. So anyways, I had a really fun time reading your comments and seeing what colors you guys like, which I really appreciated. So now we've got some people here. I'm going to stop at John Alterio, and I'm going to write down your numbers. And we're going to generate some random numbers. So I've got 18, 23, 104, 117, 298, 208, 19, 303. Ed F, good to see you, man. 69, 217, 187, 38, 168, 33, 57, 26, 177, 313 is beyond the limit. So we're going to delete that one. 300 from Yiyun. And I got your email, Yiyun. Another 69, 17, 14. Another 69. 233 and 126. All right. So we've got, how many numbers are these? Count. We got 33 numbers. Thank you guys for that. And I'm going to add in you to Cam G. So we got 33 numbers. Thank you for that. Now, let's generate random numbers together. Ready? Oh, you got a couple more? I'll get you in there, Jagan and Floyd. Let's do that. So we got Jagan with 235 and Floyd with 109. Figured that I was thinking about how to do like an actual random. So we got 35 random numbers to generate here. So let's do that. So I figured the most random way to do this. Did Amir walk out yet? All right, I need your help. Matt's in the room here with me. Matt, pick a number between, let's see, 1 and 70.
34.
All right, Matt, pick number 34. Matt, pick 34. All right, so now I need to generate, I'm going to generate 35 random numbers. So number 1 is 286. It's a big process. 193. Actually, I probably don't even, let's see if I can make this even more random. Last time we did a wallet giveaway, I called up Skip Horween to have him pick his favorite number, and we did something similar like this. He picked number 88 for a favorite hockey player here in Chicago, Patrick Kane. All right. This is me work. This is what I do at work. I generate and list random numbers. This is fun. You can copy and paste names into the wheel app and spin it. Maybe we should try that too. Mark, what's the name of the wheel app? And by the way, how many of you are Panera Coffee Club members? This coffee, I drink so much coffee. $2.95. A lot of 69s. It's too bad we didn't get above 420. I'm sure there would have been a lot of that too. A very mature leather audience. Oh, random in Excel? Let's try that. So is that rand between 1 and 303? Is that how it works? I'm not very good at Excel, to be honest with you. I figured I would show the process of doing it so you know that I'm not trying to like pick a specific person. Oops. 211. $47. I wonder, since Matt already picked a number, if I'm doing this too many times here. 153. We're almost done. Sometimes you got to do it manually. But I would love to, if somebody could show me how to do that the formula in Excel, that'd be kind of fun. Okay. 26. So what do you guys think? So I've got 2 sets of 35 numbers for a total of 70 numbers. I was originally thinking to just, sort of like take all these numbers and then just add them to here and then pick the 35th one. So maybe I'll do that. So so 35 is, there we go, 109. So now, before I slide over, does that seem like a fair way to do this? I probably didn't need to do all those random numbers because we didn't get beyond the first set of numbers. But oh yeah, let's try equals rand between 1 and 303. I don't know how to do stuff. How does that? Equals rand between is one word. I see. 1 comma 303 71. Ah, interesting. That's cool. It's fair unless I lose. All right, so yeah. So we got number 35 as the winner. Or so Matt picked 35 from the set of Matt picked 34. Sorry. 34 is 235. So now let's see who number 235 is. 235 is De Niro. Congrats, De Niro. I wonder if you're here right now. But we'll find you. De Niro. Did I type in a name that doesn't exist? Did I spell it wrong? Oh my god, this is so embarrassing. Is there a Nero? Oh, it's because all the comments aren't loaded, maybe? Yeah. Let's load all the comments and then search for De Niro. So, but congratulations, De Niro. You got this, here, I'll flip the camera over there in a minute to show you your new wallet. Robert De Niro. All right. Oh, lots of comments. I'm so glad that so many people were able to participate. All right. De Niro. There you are. Beautiful wallet. I watch all your videos. Would love to win this. Wow, that's perfect. All right, so we're going to give you a like and a heart. Hey, you won. Email me and I will get the information from you to ship your new wallet. Phil at ashlandleather.com. What's up? Oh, Matt just reminded me of something that we should talk about. A couple of and congratulations, De Niro. We have a couple things that are back in stock that are things that people are always asking us for. Probably the most popular are these belts. We've got English Tan Dublin belts. We just finished a batch. If you want an English Tan Dublin belt, they should be up on the site right now, or do we have to? They're up on the site right now, and if you don't have your size on there, we can make most sizes to order for you. Yeah, if you want to see the data set of all the names, I guess I can slowly scroll through here so you know that I actually included everybody. But Herb, you were number 298. Herb. So yeah, I spent some time to make sure there were no duplicates, make sure everybody got included. And thank you guys so much. Doing the giveaway here was really fun. So I'd like to do that again, and who knows when that will be. But this wallet that Amir made, he was really excited to have somebody have it. He spent a long time crafting that one, so long in fact that it took longer than the, what am I trying to say? We had the 10-year event, and it took so long that it wasn't ready in time for the 10-year event. So we're just going to give it away. All right. So, oh, my camera turned off. See if this works. Yes. All right, we're back. And let me get my chat pulled up here so we can talk. Thank you again, everybody, for entering to win. And De Niro, maybe it's Robert De Niro. Amir, really, everybody in our shop is so talented. Especially, just the way people have been commenting about how this wallet on the table was cut. Like on the outside there, it's very thoughtful of how everything sort of spreads apart with that figuring. And I really enjoy, just selfishly kind of seeing all the different things that the team's able to come up with. So let's look at, it's too bad De Niro's not here right now. That would be really cool too. But De Niro, if you see this in the future, congratulations. All right, let's do this. And sorry you didn't win, Herb. Let me show you some of the stuff that we're shipping out. And I guess this camera can be angled to a more appropriate angle. How's that? Yeah, whatever. You don't need to see my face. Thanks again, everybody, for helping me pick. But let me show you De Niro's new wallet. This was, this is a leather. I didn't fully tell the story appropriately about this. You know how we do the private stock wallets, the sort of things that excite us? This is actually like one of Skip Horween's sort of private stock things, something that he has experimented with and just never sold. So he had a few different pieces of horse butt strips like this one that he never released to anybody. But I went over there and we were looking at his collection together. And I actually was there with Amir and we both got really excited about this particular piece. It's really nice. He hadn't been doing horse butt strips with colors on them before. Before this, they were sort of all natural color. Like the backside of this leather is how the grain side looked. And you can find a lot of those products throughout the world. Horse butt strips make really good gun holsters because it's a veg tan leather. You can wet mold it and form it around a gun blank, and it's pretty cool. This one's also pretty thick. The horse butt strips, the reason you don't see more of them is the shape is very strange. It's kind of like a big mustache, but they're kind of narrow, so it's hard to fit a lot of pattern pieces into something like that. And then they've got a lot of natural variation. Like you can see all the figuring on here. And with any horse hide, they tend to have a little bit more scuffs and scratches. You can kind of see some of them on this. I think they're endearing and cool. But looks like we're a little bright here. You can kind of see a little bit of it there. But if you're trying to make a very consistent product, it's impossible to make many of them look exactly the same, which is why we do them in the private stock. So De Niro, you got this amazing wallet that we've never done before. This is the last one with our 10th anniversary stamp on it. You might be seeing some more 10th anniversary stamps come through the videos because we allowed people during the month of July to order a custom wallet with that stamp. But anybody that's trying to get that stamp after July or the end of the month, we're not allowing it. So you won't see the stamp again. But man, De Niro, congratulations. Hit me up with an email and we'll send this one out to you for free. And let's get into other stuff. There's a lot of cool custom wallets that we're shipping out. And I guess before we get to it, I'll show you this English Tan Dublin belt again. I'm actually wearing one of these belts right now, and I love it. I really like our belts, especially the English Tan Dublin and jeans. There's something about this color combo together. I don't know how well lit I am here, but these go really well with denim, and they tend to be very comfortable, which was a surprising thing for me when we started doing our own belts. The feedback that I got from my friends who were wear testing the belts for me kept commenting to me about how comfortable they were, which is a a revelation for me because I had only sort of worn Chrome XL belts and Horween leather belts before. And I think there's something about the Horween leather that has like a good substance to it, where it's firm and soft at the same time. It's bizarre words to combine together, but it has a substance to it, but it's also flexible enough. So it's got its own body, but it's not flimsy. So it's hard to describe, but if anybody that's got one of these belts in person knows exactly what I'm talking about. And because they're unlined belts, they're just really, really nice and comfortable. So we've got these back in stock. If you want a Horween leather belt, they're tough for us to keep in stock. We did just finish about 40 of them in different lengths. So if you want a belt, you can find it on the site. If there's a size that you want that you don't see on there, definitely let us know. And we're working on restocking some Johnny the Foxes. So I guess I'll show you this guy here first. Black Dublin, I really like. I think is the best black leather around. And I do think the black shell is very much an underrated black leather. But when you look at the Black Dublin, there's just so much character to this leather. And it's got a great luster. It's got a really nice feel, like all the Dublin has. And then what I like about our Johnny the Foxes, and this color in particular, is that it's blacked out everywhere. So we've got black horsehide latigo on the inside with the Black Dublin on the outside. All the edges are black, and even the back of the leather is black. So I like this sort of stealthed out look. The other thing about this particular wallet is because we're using the horsehide latigo on the inside, the thickness is just about perfect. I find our horsehide latigo to be most appropriate for Johnny the Fox interiors because it doesn't have much stretch. It's very thin and it's firm, and it ages really well. So these are back in stock too. It's tough for us to keep any Johnny the Fox in stock. David Spranko, what's up? David says, was my made to order epic grain shell bill slot divider being made? Probably. It might. I don't know. I haven't looked at any of these things that I'm about to show you, but if it's a Johnny the Fox, it's possible here. Our wallets take about, depending on what you order, it takes about 4 to 6 weeks right now to get something made. And you can see this little boat of stuff. So stuff in the video that you're going to see today was stuff that was ordered, maybe 4 weeks ago. We do a pretty good job at hitting that mark. Coffee break. CDA K Skid says, I love my English Chan Dublin bell that matches well with my Truman Coach Rambler. Cool. I'm actually not familiar with Truman Coach Ramblers, but I should check that out. I like Truman. Just not familiar with their styles. Gosh, my screen is too far away. Devorator 72, can't wait for my Frank the Enforcer. Thank you for picking one up, and I can't wait for you to have it. All right, coffee break's over. Let's look at some other stuff. We were talking about English Chan Dublin. I've got an English Chan Dublin XL valet tray here. It's a massive chunk of leather. And what I like about these valet trays is I've been getting into this thing recently where like everything needs to have its place. So at home, when I walk in the door, I have one of these. Mine at home right now is in Black Dublin at my entryway. And I just sort of throw everything in there. We got wallets and keys and things my wife and I need to share together. We'll just drop in one of these at the door. And then I also have this at my desk where I put other little things. Like I'll drop pens in here, knives, guitar picks, and little things like that. I sort of have these sitting around my desk. The one at my desk right now is it's got holes in it, and it's a piece of shell and black shell. It's like a full reject that I wouldn't sell to anybody, but for me, like I liked it, so I figured to put some use to it. This one here is in natural Chrome XL though, and something like the valet tray, you're not going to touch very much, but me touching it right now, it's just got such a rich, waxy, and oily feel that is unparalleled to me for any other leather. I think you're going to have a hard time finding a more rich feeling leather than the Chrome XL. And anybody that's got a pair of boots or shoes out of Chrome XL, you also know exactly what I'm talking about. There's just a really nice glow to it, and I think that's because of the waxes in it, but also the polishing that the tannery does when they produce this leather. It's really, really nice. Let's get into, I want to show you, I'm like anxious to show you these Johnny the Foxes. So let's slide in some foxes. This first one here is a raw violet shell cordovan Johnny the Fox. And this is one of the more recent developments from Horween. It's a really great purple shade. And the raw shells tend to have a little bit more color to them. When you add some polish and then glaze it smooth with a glass rod, the color tends to darken up a little bit. And that is sort of indicative of how you're going to see this color wear in anyways. But when you get it to start raw like this, you can experience the change for yourself. That's why I like the raw shells. Specifically, the raw natural has the most room to develop and change. So that's why I like the raw natural. But we also have this raw violet here, and we have some raw denim. We've done raw amaretto. I'm not sure if we've done any other raw colors, but I'd like to do more. But raw violet here is the most vibrant purple shade that we do. And on the inside of this one is black shell cordovan, but there's no stamps. And there's something kind of cool about the sleekness of no stamps. Looks like we got a waxed and burnished edge on this guy. Another Johnny the Fox. Oh, this is a good one. In the 10-year event, we put up some brown nut Dublin items, including this Johnny the Fox. And the brown nut Dublin's the same leather as the English tan Dublin or the black Dublin, just has a different stain blend to it. In fact, they're all mill dyed different colors. So if you look at the cross section of the brown nut here, you can see it's a little bit more brown. Or if you look at the cross section of Dublin, it's like a little bit orange, like you can see on the edge of the belt here, or even the cross section of a black Dublin. You can see the cross section of that is also black. That's something called drum dyed or mill dyed. It's a little bit extra material for a tannery to do that, but it's something called struck through, where the dyes penetrate through the fibers and are struck through the full substance of the hide. So you get that really nice black cross section. Now, sometimes you don't want that, and there's a term called T-core, which is a sort of new term for me. I really like black Chromexcel in specific when it's on a natural back. So imagine this natural Chromexcel here with that nice natural cross section and a black stain coat over the top. So the result is when you stain colors on top of lighter colors, when the finish layer is sort of scuffed and worn away, you get this contrast look underneath where it sort of shows more depth of color. I find it to be really interesting, especially on the black Chromexcel. But you can also mill dye a Chromexcel and make it black all the way through, kind of like we do on all the Dublins. So anyways, back to brown nut. This is exactly the same leather, but different stain. So it's more brown. It has less vibrance in color, and a lot of people like a darker brown. To me, the brown nut on the pull-up, it has this little bits of like yellowy, yellowy sort of orange tones to it. And it's really nice. Oh man, Steve, raw garnet would be really cool. And DJ, raw emerald would be insane. I was just cutting some emerald shells this morning, and the emerald green is really nice. Let me give you a look at the inside of this guy. This is something I don't think we've ever done, which is brown nut Dublin on the inside of a Johnny the Fox. And I really like it. I like this sort of clean look. And I'm surprised to see this because it's hard for us to get thin pieces of leather for the interior of a Johnny the Fox. So this particular piece of Dublin was probably just naturally thin because it's still quite thin, even with all these layers of leather. So that's an extra special Johnny the Fox. We've got some other stuff that we're shipping out today. So if you ordered one of these and it seems like something that you picked out, it's probably shipping today, and you'll be getting a shipping notification. So here's a good complement to that last one, maybe a little bit of a contrast of colors, because this is that same leather, the English tan Dublin, or the Dublin leather, but we can compare English tan on the left with brown nut on the right. You can see the brown nut is significantly darker, a little bit less vibrant, and I think that's why I kind of lean towards the English tan, is because I like this vibrant orangey tan. I think it's really nice, especially when you have a little bit of flexing going on. This burst effect where we displace the wax layer that's finished onto the grain, you can sort of reveal little bits of the undertones of the leather here. You see what I'm talking about? And it also really highlights the grain when you apply a little bit of wax. The hair holes of the grain in particular seem to be a little bit more pronounced on the Dublin leathers because of that wax finish. And I'll show you the inside where we have horsehide English tan Dublin. Also a nice orangey tan shade. Looks like we got a couple key cases here. The first key case we ever did was this guy here, which is designed with one key case screw post. And you can fit 3 or 4 keys in here, and these have to be like standard size keys. Like your car keys will not fit in here. What people have done to get around that, people that want to carry car keys, is you can attach a split key ring around this little post and just have your keys dangle on the outside, and then swivel some keys onto the inside. It defeats the purpose for the original intent, but it certainly works. You can keep all your keys together. The original intent was to put your keys sort of enveloped into this little taco and put it in your pocket so your keys don't sort of scuff up your pants or anything like that. And it just keeps them all tightly together. So this was the first one. The second one we did is this guy here. So this one has 2 screw posts. So you can fit 3, maybe 4 keys on each side. This leather on this particular one is a little bit thinner. You might be able to get away with 4 keys on each side of this. The other thing is if you have 1 key for this post, it gets a little flimsy. So I don't suggest using 1 key on a post. You kind of have to have at least 2, ideally 3 on each side. So this is good. I like wearing this one, but I also really like storing my keys in something like this. Because it just keeps everything together. So if I have extra keys, if I have somebody to come work on my house, or at Ashland, if we want to have some spare keys sitting around, it's nice to sort of keep them in one spot. And that's why I like to use the key cases. Oh, looks like we got some coin pouches here. Devonair says, "Well, are there plans to have distributor in Europe? We love Shell, but it's so hard to get." We don't have, I don't think we have anybody working with us in Europe right now. We've had some interest, but never have successfully accomplished an agreement with anybody. We do ship directly to Europe, and I know that there's import fees and shipping's not cheap, so that's perhaps not ideal. The good news, bad news is it's more expensive for us to ship it probably than for you to buy it from somebody directly in Europe. But the good news is we can sort of make you anything. Whereas if I was working with a distributor, they'd probably have to buy a lot of a certain item and they wouldn't have as much selection. And we can also do made to order here. What's up, IMU? Good to see you. All right, let's get into the coin pouch. So this one looks to be the Plainsman Chrome Excel. And the reason I can tell that this is Plainsman is because it's quite a bit more grainy. If you're not familiar with the Plainsman, we released this as part of the 10-year event on the first week, if I remember correctly. So here's the standard natural Chrome Excel. And then this coin pouch is Plainsman natural Chrome Excel. The only difference between the Plainsman and the regular Chrome Excel is the polishing that the tannery performs on the standard Chrome Excel. It gives it a little bit more of a glow, sort of like a wet look maybe. See how it has that little bit of shine to it? The Plainsman has a nice luster, but it's not as wet looking in person, at least, as the regular Chrome Excel. And the other thing is, if I go real close, see how much grain is on there? The Plainsman is very grainy and natural, where the natural Chrome Excel, that grain has been filled in by a little bit of polishing action, and hopefully I can get it to focus here. So you see, it's still a little bit grainy, but it's more filled in and polished smooth when compared to the Plainsman here. Sort of hard to show these, especially in a live stream. Let's see if this works. Pretty similar, but the Plainsman is more grainy. It's fun to see this. You also might notice that the color is different, which is interesting. I think the polishing darkens up the Chrome Excel a significant amount. Let's look at another coin pouch. This is a fun texture. This is actually Dan's. He says tied for his favorite texture. So this is the classic color number 8 shell cordovan in the lizard texture. So he likes the lizard and the gator shell most. I actually gravitate more towards the western, which we'll look at a western in a second here. These are also really neat. The big difference between the lizard texture and the gator is that the lizard scales are smaller, where the gator scales are a little bit wider and big. These are a little bit tighter together. That's a pretty awesome look. I like how this one was cut too. So coin pouches are not something that we have on the website right now, and we've been getting a lot of people asking us about them. So we should probably. There's a few products that we make that I don't sell, which is maybe stupid. I got to think about it a little bit more, but it just seems like we have such a wide breadth of offerings that I find it to be a little burdensome just to sort through so many options. So I was trying to whittle it down a bit and then allow just, custom orders, made to order type things as a workaround for that. I got to rethink about how we're going to lay out the website. I've got some ideas, but these aren't on there right now. Something like the machine gun jack's not on there. We've got a passport field notes holder that's not on there. Quan, we need some more videos with Dan. I agree. Dan's at the tannery right now working. That's so. Quick sidebar, I guess. I need a drink. So, somebody left a comment last night out of a video I put up in 2018, and it made me realize that we've been doing videos here now for 2.5 years, roughly. And they commented on that video, said we're going back to the start to see, your progress for all these videos, which is fun. And I had forgotten that I did this video. And back then we had 30 subscribers, and it looks like right now there's 37 people watching a live stream. So they've kind of progressed pretty far in the last couple of years. But the reason I wasn't doing videos before is because I was working another job. I was working at the tannery, and I just couldn't come on camera. And that's same with Dan. Is he's not able to come over here because he's making leather for us to make wallets out of. The way I was able to get him into the shop for the 10-year stuff was I had all those wallets ready to go and ready to look at, so we could do it after our normal hours here in the shop and after his normal hours at the tannery. But everything you see on the table here, this is stuff I'm going to ship today. So I prefer to not wait and hold your wallets and just ship them as fast as possible. Like I could wait and add a day and get more Dan in here, but I'd rather have you get your stuff faster. We do a really good job, in my biased opinion, of shipping stuff quickly. That's sort of our strategy too, is I don't like waiting for stuff. And I think these days, like most businesses are trying to ship you things as fast as possible. Like think about Amazon. So what we do is, we have our website of things, you just see stuff sell out. But if you see it in stock, I actually have it here ready to edge finish and ready to go. So our strategy was to put stuff that's available, let you pick it up, and we'll ship it within a day roughly. And if it's not available, we can make it to order. A lot of other places, anytime you order on their site, that product doesn't exist and they have to make it, which can take, some time. So I don't want you to wait. And that's why everything you see on the site's like ready to go. And then we try to ship it within a day is our goal, or even the same day sometimes. PRP2 says, I know I'd ask about in another video, how unwieldy would it be? But got my Dexter style Herbie last week and have been rocking it in my front pocket. The thinness works really well. You're not the first person to wear a Herbie in a front pocket. Many people have been doing that, and that was not the original intent of that wallet. I've got my Herbie in the back pocket, which was the original goal. Sort of have a thin back pocket wallet that doesn't lay like a softball. It just lays thinner. But plenty of people successfully wear a Fat Herbie in their pocket. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. You says you should make a bit of a catalog that shows what you do, have on hand, but don't have on hand, but can make. That's a good idea. Cam G says my natural Latigo Capone came in yesterday, not able to get it till tomorrow. Man, I love the natural Latigo. I was really happy with my wallet. It didn't seem like maybe I didn't promote it enough, but it didn't seem like as many people were interested in the natural Latigo as the Arabica Lux. Both of them are super nice, but I love the natural Latigo. I'm excited for you to wear that one. Tell Dan he should record him while working and making wallets. Should do that. I have asked him. Dan has his own Instagram where he'll post that type of stuff. And I think his name is Cordovan Dan on Instagram. Devorator says, how does MTO process work for interested clients? What we do, and I'll put this up front, we charge 10% more money for a made-to-order wallet. So if you're picking out a Johnny the Fox that's $125 and you want to modify this in some way, we're going to charge you $12.50 to modify it. Or if it's like a $325 Shell Cordovan wallet, we're going to charge you $32.50. So that's upfront. We charge more for it. And then all you have to do is email my brother Matt or myself, info@ashlandleather.com. It's probably the best way. He's a little bit quicker than me. So just email info@ashlandleather.com and start with your dream. Just say like, my dream is to have this, this, and that with whatever. So you might say, I really want a natural Shell Herbie for the bill slot, but I wish this piece here was raw denim, and I want, a blue hand stitch, and on the inside I really want to have a Horween ink stamp here, but I want this side to be denim blue and this side to be reverse blue with a bunch of dye marks. So that's the dream. You can sort of sketch that out. You can type it out in words. And if you're not sure of what colors you want, we can send you photos of what we have available. And even if you want to see, like, sort of preview what a stitch is going to look like, we can sort of lay out a piece of thread over the leather. You can get a good sense of it from there. It's sort of like semi-custom shop, and that's how we do it. But it costs a little bit more. It's worth it if you have something really specific in mind. But yeah, it's easy. We do it all the time. Many people every day order semi-custom wallets from us through our made-to-order. David Sprinkle says, MTO is good. I bought stuff. You email them and talk later. Talk leather. Yeah, we lowered total dorks for leather. And you decide, they send you a bill. And we also take payment up front. But you can always cancel it. And if you get your wallet and you don't love it, I'll take it back. If it's still in new condition, we'll just give you a full refund. So one of the big goals here is to be very fair and treat people right. So I don't want anybody to feel ripped off. If you order a wallet, it's custom, and you don't love it, no problem. We can take it back in new condition and give you a refund. But the other side of that is we take payment in advance. It's just easier for us to get your stuff made that way. Cordovan Dan is correct. Yeah, Dan's a funny guy on Instagram. Do you put people on a waiting list if a certain leather isn't available? The waiting list stuff is hard. We've done that. We try to go the opposite strategy and just buy all of my extra personal money is sitting in the basement here in the form of leather. So we put all of our money, all of our savings into buying more leather with the hope that we'll have everything all the time is the goal. If it's something that's not available that I don't have, we can set you up, but you might have to wait for it. It's a case-by-case basis. But if it's something like really crazy, I might just tell you no. But more likely than not, we'll be able to make you whatever you want. It might just take longer. Okay, let's keep it rolling. We were looking at natural Chrome Excel. Let's look at natural shell. People still come to us. I think more eyeballs are coming our way. And initially, most of our customers were enthusiasts that understood a high level of understanding of leather, and they knew what the cordovan was. And for us in the shop here, it's easy to forget that not everybody knows what cordovan is. The shell cordovan is 10 times more expensive just for the material. So to spitball numbers for you, a square foot of this leather is $100, and a square foot of this leather is $10, roughly. So it's 10 times the cost. So, and the other leather is really nice. You know, Dublin is amazing. It's probably my favorite leather right now, and it's not as expensive. So sometimes people think that more expensive means better. In the leather world, it's like, it really depends. It's more of a question of like, what do you like the look of? So people are really big into the shell cordovan because it's been around for so long and they've got experience with it. But the characteristics of the shell, there's a few that people are looking for. So number one, shell cordovan is veg tan leather, and it develops a really great patina. We have a lot of people that want to come to us for patina. In fact, let me plug something, or I'll show you after. We got the Patina Masters group on Facebook. If you want to see leather age, there's some Patina Masters over in our Facebook group that post photos of their wallets being worn and as they've aged, and then put a little, hey, this one's been worn for a year, and you can get a sense of how different things wear in. It's a really great group of people over there sharing incredible stuff. So the shell cordovan ages and develops a really nice patina. It has a really bright, shiny luster. So you might notice some angles this thing just looks like a mirror, and that's because it is. It's super shiny. And the other thing is, there's two more things. Very, very flat and smooth. So a piece of shell cordovan should feel like glass. Nothing should have any resistance on it. There should be nothing grabbing at you, no texture at all. Just super smooth. And then the final thing that is maybe less significant on a wallet and more significant on a piece of footwear is if you flex this backwards in on itself, this will never crease. So shell cordovan is a special membrane underneath the grain or the flesh side. It's inside of the skin of the animal. That's not like any other grain finished leather like we were looking at with the Dublin. So you don't get any natural grain character, but you're sort of always going to keep this bright, shiny, smooth characteristic of the shell cordovan. So people that come to us, if you love the look of it, I suggest it. It's a higher price tag. I think it's worth it. For me, leather from Horween, especially the shell, is ideal for a small leather good like a wallet because of the polishing action that your pocket has on the leather. It's just polishing it constantly all day, and it gets better and better. I love that about the leather, and then in particular the shell cordovan. But the Dublin also ages really, really nicely. So we don't sell bad leather here. We sort of just have different degrees of amazing. And the shell cordovan is very unique and special. Sounds like we got some construction going on next door. So sorry about the noise. Let's get into this giant fox. A couple more things to look at, and then I'll show you the Patina Masters group. This is a great looking wallet. I had this customer messaging me yesterday. This is my favorite texture on the shell cordovan, and this is the Western color number 8. So the classic cordovan color, it's like a dark brown burgundy, and then we've got this really cool Western, almost like a floral pattern on the outside. I really like the look of it, and it sort of adds a bit of depth of color in addition to the texture. It's almost like the peaks and valleys of this texture have different colors, which is really nice. And here's a look at the inside where we've got the classic color 8 shell cordovan. So this is without the texture on the inside here. This is the standard smooth shell cordovan. And then we've got the waxed and burnished edges here. Sort of looks like a piece of wood on the edges. Here's another color 8. But this is the Tony the Ant. Again, really nice burgundy. It's got nice, like, not purple, but sort of reddish ox blood underneath. I've seen photos online where the color 8 looks purple. To me, it doesn't look like an eggplant. To me, it looks a little bit more red than that. Like it's like more burgundy than purple. And then the surface is a little bit darker and more brown. The inside of this one's really nice. So this is the unintended reverse side of the shell cordovan. So we call this reverse color 8. And the reason you might want to do this is because, number one, it's a really unique and different look. It shows off the ink stamp most times, and then you get these random dye marks. The other cool thing about the reverse shell is it kind of wears in the same way that the raw natural shell wears in. It gets a really great patina. On the inside of the wallet, you might have to polish it up a little bit to achieve that patina, but doing reverse shell on the exteriors of wallets develops great patina. I actually prefer the reverse shell for interiors because the credit cards will push up the leather, and then when you wear this and sit on it, your wallet will rub together, and anywhere there's raised letters and numbers, you get like little abrasions. You can more easily fill in those abrasions on the reverse shell, and I like it for that reason. It's unique, develops a great patina. The last wallet, this is the wallet that started us all off 10 years ago now. Fat Herbie and natural shell. You can find photos. In fact, probably the most popular photo that we've done is the day 1000 photo on our website. It starts off this color, natural shell, and then after 1,000 days, it's a completely different shade. It's like it turns a little bit more golden, more dark, more brown, and then the luster develops in layers. So when it starts off here, it's beautiful, but you kind of only have this surface sheen to it. As the shell cordovan ages, it develops a luster from inside. So you get this sort of stacked, layered luster effect that's really unique to the shell. I find it to be extra special. So natural shell cordovan was our original Fat Herbie, and this is sort of what set us off. We had a lot of people coming to us for this design in this leather, and then we started to branch off into more of the rare shell color. So this is an extra special, a really nice piece of natural shell here, going out today with the natural shell on the interior. This is a good one to end the wallets on today, because we do all these private stock things. Bring my microphone back down. We do all these crazy looking color combos, but there's something about just like a clean, simple, nice thing too that I don't know if it's like a palate cleanser to me, but I still really like, a full, I still really like, if it's just like 100% color 8, I still think it's beautiful. I wanted to show you, I always watched the video you did when you showed Matt's natural Herbie after 8 years. It's really nice how the stuff ages. Let me flip you over to this this here. I'm not sure. Let's see. So this is our Ashland Leather Patina Masters group. We just started this up last month. A customer was asking if we could do a Facebook group, and I thought it'd be really fun. Of course, we have the Ashland name on it, but the rules, I made the rules here. I forget where I see them. Looks like we had some membership requests. But the rules are, you can post any product. It doesn't have to be Ashland. So we're going to approve everybody. So in that group, excuse me a sec. In that group, people have posted some non-Ashland stuff, which I encourage. All I want to do is share leather with people, and even if it's some other competitor of ours, I love it. I just want to see leather wearing in. So like, if you want to see, we were talking about brown nut Dublin today. Somebody picked up this brown nut Dublin machine gun jack. So people like to drop in what they just picked up in here, and then we'll see stuff worn in. Like, look at this photo. So that's looks like natural shell. And then as it's worn in, look at the denim that's picked up on there. Selfishly, it's amazing for me to just see all these different things being worn in. And then we have like literal pro photographers dropping the heat. I mean, so if you like patina, I really encourage you to check out the this Facebook group. And there's a lot of posts now. It might actually help you get some more information if you're interested in a particular shell. color of like how it wears in. And then I post in there, Dan posted this. We'll drop special things in here. And I want to do, speaking of that, and that's how we'll finish off the day. In the same way that we did, here's 7 years of Patina. But in the same way that we did the giveaway today, and De Niro, congratulations. I got your wallet on my desk right here. Excited for you to have that. But I want to do a giveaway that's going to be exclusive to the Facebook group. To join the group, it will only be for members over there. I'm kind of sneakily trying to encourage you to sign up. And on top of that, it's just awesome to be able to see all these different things. So check out the Ashland Leather Patina Masters group. I think the link here, I'll drop it in the share. Copy link. I'll drop it in the chat. I encourage you to check it out. I mean, it doesn't cost you anything. It's free and it's just fun. In fact, I was kind of down on Facebook for years and years, and by customers encouraging me to try this out, it's made me like Facebook again. I don't even look at anything else on Facebook anymore. It's sort of just this group, which is like, here's another one. This is 1 year of Patina on the raw shell that we were talking about. So there's a lot of great stuff. Any other questions for me today? I have a funny like gloat to say is my band is recording a music video today, which I've never actually done like a music video where there's like a call sheet and there's like a set and all this type of stuff. I'm a little nervous, but I got to go do that today. So that's I'm going to log off a little early today. But anybody that has any questions, hit me up. Devorator, 1 year on that raw shell. The raw shell has the most room to develop. And because it starts off so light, and I wore that one, I wear my stuff pretty hard, it does get dark really fast, like surprisingly so. So if you love that, I would suggest checking out raw shell. I like Fat Herbie, especially those bigger pieces. The raw shell seems to develop really well. I play the bass guitar. That's the other funny thing. I got a new bass. If you want to see me be a weirdo, here I'll post my other YouTube channel that just like my personal bass guitar stuff. I bought it. We were like sort of sponsored by this guitar maker that I'm a big fan of, and I was using one of their old models that they don't sell anymore, and they're mad that I was playing this old bass. So I bought a new one that I'll post. Here's the video for the new bass that I like recorded a little snip of me that day I got it. And I kind of hate the way it sounds. So I brought it into the shop to get it sort of changed up and have the pickups changed out. And everybody's so busy these days. It's like not just, tanneries and wallet workshops like us. They're taking, like, a lot of people are into guitars again. So there's like 6 weeks to get my stuff worked on. And today it's literally with hours to spare. He's going to have this thing ready for me to do this video. So I'm getting lucky. Yeah. I play like a genre of music that like nobody listens to. But I like it. It's like progressive metal. And it's funny because like that sort of niche of music is sort of the same type of niche as the wallet stuff. So I live in niches. All right. Well, thank you guys for coming to hang out, and everybody that's here that's helped me pick the winner today. Thank you for participating in that. Thank you for entering to win. And De Niro, if you see this, congratulations again. because this wallet is really significant. It's those horsebutt strips are super, super dense and pretty. This one's like thicker than most anything we've done. And that's cool because a lot of people come to us because they want thick. This to me is like a little bit too much, but it might be the dream for you. But either way, it's going to age really well, and you got a piece of leather that nobody else is going to have. It's hand stitched. It's beautiful. I can't wait for you to have it. So if you get this De Niro, send me an email to phil@ashlandleather.com, and we'll send this one to you. And everybody else, I'll talk to you guys later. All right. Let's see if I can figure out how to turn off the live stream. We'll be back later this week with some more stuff. All right. See you guys.